it is my pleasure to call on one of your elders, Mr. Robert Bird, Elder Robert Bird, to come forward and offer a welcome and blessing. Yes, you're allowed to clap. Let's encourage our elders.
Good morning, everybody. Howdy. My name is Robert Bird. I would like to welcome everyone to our AGA. I would like to ask Creator to guide us today as we meet on our homelands to celebrate as a nation. We ask that you give us wisdom and good words as we discuss the business presented to us. We ask that you watch over our elders and place healing hands on those who are ill or struggling. We ask for a shelter for our homeless and for those that are fighting addictions. Lead them to support so they may return to their loved ones. In these troubled times, we ask for guidance, and may we all strive for peace. Amen. All my relations.
Thank you so much, Elder Robert, for those words. Now, without further ado, to kind of set the scene for the comprehensive community planning session this morning, please welcome to the podium your chief, Darlene Logan.
Hadi, good morning. So this is the day that we needed everybody's involvement. This is where we're going to plan for the future of our nation, and whatever you think that's going to happen, what you would like to see happen with our nation. Not chief and council, not the administration, it's your membership, our membership, what you envision for Claytley today, either on reserve, out in our territory, as our declaration stated. So we need your input, and I hope we have fun today. Today's the day to have fun and figure out what we want. Tim Hortons. We wanted Tim Hortons. Okay, I wanted Tim Hortons. But just whatever you want. So this is going to be a fun-filled day. We got tables set up all around, and I'll let Barry continue on, tell you how he has this all planned out. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Chief. I think she meant to say Tim Tano Fuels, right? Well, thank you, Chief. Let's put that down on the idea sheet, and then we'll support our Claytley businesses. Two more things before we invite Mr. Seymour to tell you more about comprehensive community planning. Hello, Hadi Claytley members tuning in from home this morning. I forgot to let our crowd here at the Northside Subdivision know that we are live streaming this morning's session, so to allow those members who couldn't attend in person to feel like they've been a part of the AGA as well. Hello to everybody at home, and of course for those of you here, if there was something said this morning that you'd like to listen to again, you just go to the Claytley Facebook page, and the Sunday morning video will allow you to review this morning's proceedings. And Elder Kay, as I call her, and she calls me Older Kay, Elder Kenora wanted to remind you all that the washrooms are across the road, just up next to the Old Health Center. And also Elder Phyllis, when we have our health break this morning, she's got some snack packs for those who think they might be running short of energy, and you're able to take a snack back, bring it back here, and then start to contribute more ideas for the community health or comprehensive community plan. With that, thank you very much again for attending day 2. And it's my pleasure now to turn it over to our comprehensive community planning project leader, Mr. Barry Seymour. Barry, oh yeah, come on.
Thank you, Kevin. In your package, it was included was an overview in regard to the comprehensive community plan. There were, it's important. The last one that we had was in 2010, and that is an extremely comprehensive document. It's probably close to 100 pages. Um, Far too complex and too many pages for people to read. So we want to develop a simple document that people can utilize. After the last CCP, even though as well as it's done, it's sitting on the shelf collecting dust, and we don't want that. This is an opportunity for you to participate in asking or making comments. Each of the questions, we didn't go, the questions are fairly open-ended and fairly general on purpose. The questions are designed so that you provide answers, you provide your thoughts in regards to the test, general questions. So we will today, the process is going to be that after I provide an overview in regards to the questions, and I'll give sample answers so that people can at least have examples. They're set up in 7 different tables, 1 table for each question. Each comment that you make, you will get a ticket. And there is no limit on your comments. You can make as many comments as you want. And so these tickets will be gathered up, and at the end of the day, when the other gifts and that are being handed out to the community members, we will have we will pick 5 tickets, and the gift will be $500 for each ticket winner. So there's going to be 5 $500 lucky people here today. So I encourage you to put as many comments as you see fit. I do ask that your comments be constructive, right? We're looking for assistance in developing our future moving forward. One of the challenges that we've experienced over the years, when I was, I think it was 1977 around, our membership was about 80 people. Well, from that time to now, our membership is 605 people. So that's a very significant increase for our community. The population has grown, but the infrastructure has not kept pace with our growth. And so we're hoping now, we're hoping that anything, there's a lot of opportunities that are going to be happening for Claytley today. We've come a long ways since in them days. We have enterprises now that are generating own source revenue for the community. Even holding an event like this, I would say, and I don't know, I'm not part of the money thing, but with all the people coming in and everything to organize this, I'm sure we're utilizing upwards to $1 million of own source revenue to have this event. So I would at this point acknowledge our chief and council for making it a priority to get your input in regards to the future of this community. So you know, we can only be as strong as the people that we have within our membership in our community. It's been far too many years that our community has been fractured, and that fracture is caused by a document called the Indian Act. The Indian Act is designed to for us to fail, and it's up to us to change that. So I'm hopeful that you know, your comments in regards to the questions will be the first step to doing that. As process right now, today is the beginning. So the questions are general. So what we will do is, with the results of those questions, is that we will have, it will be a basis of a second consultation process whereby it will be more concise and will be more specific to the different areas of governance. That will happen probably in about a month or so. We will utilize electronic means. We will utilize technical things like SurveyMonkey, and so people will be able to participate in regards to that as the second step of the process. The third step we're looking at is previous to the AGM, is that we will provide a summary of the questionnaires that will be answered by people. Now, I'm hopeful that we try to be as positive as possible in regards to your comments. Sure, you can have comments that can be deemed negative, but at least put it in a very respectful and positive way in relation to the comments. All comments will be viewed. All comments will be recorded. We have Lisa Aurora here today. She is doing a visual report in regards to what's being developed as we speak and as we provide the results. So the results will go around this morning. Everybody will make comments. The teams are staff members at the tables. So they will report back. We will take samples of the comments that are being made, just so that Lisa can record something, right? The goal is to create a pathway for our community moving forward. So, you know, I'm quite excited. I'm very appreciative that council is thinking forward in regards to planning for the future of Clayton. You know, there was our demographics have increased significantly. So, you know, we have more elders now. We have more kids in the school system. I believe we have over 100 kids that are registered from K to 12. You know, we have more graduates than we ever had. So, you know, these are all positive indicators in our community However, it causes some challenges. And one of the sample examples of the challenges is post-secondary funding. Under the current criteria from the Department of Indian Affairs, they fund based on numbers. And those numbers do not equate to our needs. When we get more graduates and we get more people wanting to go post-secondary, we've got more people that want to enter the work field and they need trades. You know, all this has a cost associated with it, and the current funding system just doesn't support that. So we have to, as a community, assist council in prioritizing for the short term criteria in regards to what they want to fund and support. Ideally, what should happen is every person that wants to go to school, post-secondary or trades, there should be money there to support that desire. That's the ideal situation. So, you know, the future of our community is based on an educated community that can participate and assist us moving forward in the future. You know, one of the biggest challenges also in regards to, let's just use our administration and our management in regards to people from our community working within our own organization. To me, that should be a priority. However, we're not there yet. So how do we get there? We should be developing plans in how we're going to be doing that. So the comprehensive community plan can assist in that. Right now, we do have a strategic plan, we do have land use plans, we do have a comprehensive community plan, but they're not all aligned. So as part of this process, we will align all those different plans so that we're all moving in the same direction at the same time. I guess I could, so that's the thinking behind how we're set up today. You know, I can go through the process of the benefits of a community plan, but that was provided in your kit, so I'm not going to repeat and read off a document that you've already read. I'd like for you to get to work, right? So that's the goal for this session. There's 7 questions and they're all around. We may have to make some room because everybody's going to get up and everybody's going to move around. It's going to be kind of chaotic, but that's okay. We're used to being chaotic in this community, so why change today? So I'd like to ask, because when you get up, let's just move, close your chairs. The ones on the fringe. We need room for people to move around. We'll take an hour for this first part, and then we'll have a health break, and then we'll come back, and if you want to have more time filling up, then we'll do that. Okay, so hold it before you move. I'm not done yet. You guys are eager to work. That's good. That's good to see. We are live streaming, so for those that live streaming, they can make comments also. However, did not anticipate the live streamers, so we're going to talk about a way to provide for the comments in relation to the people live streaming, and we will have some gifts for the live streamers also. Now, as an example, the first question is, what does governance look like moving forward? So we've been under and are under the Indian Act, and this is just an example. We have 2-year election terms. It is very difficult for leadership to do the necessary work in that term. So a comment may be 4-year terms, right? Or a comment may be, we want to have full jurisdiction in regards to our own governments. Get rid of the Indian Act. Them sort of things. What services should Lately Today be providing for membership? Right now, the governments, whether it's provincial or federal, in regards to their rules and regulations around funding, dictate basically what service delivery programs. Don't worry about the funding. We're here to get your thoughts in what type of services you think that Lately Today should be providing to you. And you know, we got social services, we got you know, we don't have in health and wellness, like health, there's only so much money and we can only do so many things. You know, we don't even have money for wellness counselors. Well, in dealing with some of the challenges with the residential school and that, and the trauma that's associated with it, we require different approaches. We don't only need for lack of a better term, the white systems approaches to addressing these issues. We already know that doesn't work for us. So we need to do things like, let's say someone goes to detox, and when they come out of detox, they've decided that they want to go and try to sober up or get off drugs, whatever it may be. The system right now is that you have to wait to go into a treatment facility. That wait can be from up to 2 years. Well, what happens in between that time? People change their minds, or they can't get the help that they need. So maybe we want to develop a camp ourselves that's run by Lately Today, and people can go into that camp. So they go from detox into that camp. And then Lately Today can have a treatment center also. So they detox in the camp over a longer period of time, not 5 days. You do it in a manner that addresses the need, really. And then when they're ready, they go into the treatment center, and it ain't a 30-day treatment center or a 28-day program. It's a program that works and helps the person that wants, they're ready to come out of treatment. It's not only the individual person that should be working with them. It's also the family unit. So what do we do with the family and that person? So then we're effectively addressing. this is where our knowledge keepers and our elders should be working with our community members, right? Now, providing that they're also healthy, right? So that's an example of services. So feel free, reach for the moon in your comments, right? The third question is, how should Claytley Tene enhance our identity? So identity means a lot of different things. It means language, it means culture, it means genealogy. You know, these are all part of our identity. The Indian Act has tried to purposely break that identity down. Tried to, for lack of a better term, it's genocide. They tried to wipe us out. So what do we need to do as a community to regain our identity? So then that's why we didn't categorize it as culture or language or that. It's really, at the end of the day, it's identity. It's all attached to identity. So feel free to make comments in regards to how we do that. How can Claytley Tene improve your quality of life? So some of these things are kind of tied into that. But you know, the system is not. Let's use housing as the example. Right now we have two funding sources for housing. We have CMHC and we have the Department of Indian Affairs, whatever their name is these days. They provide funding. They dictate how we create our communities. They dictate how the type of houses that we can make. Now, our needs far outweigh the funding that they provide. You know, from my perspective, that creates another dependency on the government. It creates a social welfare mentality within our own communities. And we have to break that cycle. And, you know, to me, every Claytley Tene person that should be owning their own house. If it's on the res, under the current situation, really we should have the opportunity, if we wanted to live on the reserve, to own our own house and be able to get a mortgage and pay towards that so we can own our own house. The land tenure attached to the house should be a tenure that is bankable. Right now, we're under the land code, which allows us to create a tenure that could make the people to hold a mortgage. Well, what about the people that can't afford to hold a mortgage? Well, we can't leave them out either. So we have to create an opportunity like co-management. Maybe the band and the member that owns a house are in partnership in owning a house. There are models out there that will allow us to do that. So them are the sort of things that to me, would improve community wealth and personal wealth for the individual. So that then they have an asset that they can go to the regular stream banks and say, I have a home. I'd like to get a credit card. I'd like my limit to be more than $300. So, right? So that sort of thing. That's the sort of thing that I view as improving quality of life. There's many, many other things that are part of that, so make your comments. What is your greatest need today? The reason I put this question in place, because it's hard for people to plan long term when they're worried about the meal that's going to be on the table tomorrow. So we wanted just to get a gauge of what some of our needs are today. You know, that's a starting point for us to start planning on how we can help address some of those needs. What should Lately Today do regarding food security? Now, there's something that the current war in Ukraine is telling us, and it's not only this; it's just the example I'm using, that it's creating shortages for food, not only in Ukraine, but worldwide, right? And so, you know, I would like to see us, you know, in pre-contact days and even after contact for the first 100 years, our community basically fed itself and fed the people that came into our territory. And I think just by the price, I went out and bought some nectarines last night, for example, and it was $4.99 a pound. And I couldn't believe it was that expensive, especially when we got the Okanagan and that sort of thing. And the price of beef is just going crazy. The price of gas is going crazy. So food security is probably going to be the single most important thing facing the human race moving forward. And there are efforts being made in relation to that. We are in a very unique position. We have land, we have appropriate weather. You know, the prediction is probably in 50 years, Prince George is going to be the new Okanagan with the climate change. So, you know, let's have a strategy in place. Let's get involved with food security. Your ideas are welcome. Now, the last question, which I think, you know, over the years, I've been involved with leadership here. I've been involved with not only this community, but other communities across Canada. And the last question is, what are you willing to contribute to the future of Lately Today? Some people have dedicated their lives in regards to helping communities. And it's not an easy job. It is a very difficult job when you work in band government, for example. Yesterday was a good indication of some of the challenges that we have as a community. And, you know, I view that as we need to take note of that, but I don't want my kids or my grandchildren or my great-grandchildren being fractured and fragmented the way we are today. And so we need people. We need people, and we need people to step forward. The elders, thank goodness, we got 9 board members for the Elder Society. I believe we have 40 members that are signed up on the Elder Society around. I'm not sure, I'm guessing, but I think it's about that. Um, you know, the council has been delegating some things towards the elders. Mostly, it's providing names and that sort of thing. But there are some bigger projects that require elder involvement, and you know the society was developed with the knowledge keepers, the language program, the cultural programs. You know, that's the purpose of society. The all the traditional knowledge that require that could help us as a community. I'm very pleased that we're moving forward in that regard. So we'll have the 7 questions posted if you need to look at them as a group. Each table will have an answer. Everybody's ready to give out coupons for comments. The people that are at the tables are not specialists in regards to the questions. They are there to assist you and give you tickets. If you need assistance in regards to, aside from the examples given, please feel free to come up to me, and I'll try to clarify it as best as I can. For those people that are on the live stream, keep on commenting, and we will include those when we gather all the rest of the comments. I know that some questions are asked for us to be more specific. The purpose of us not being so specific is that we get people's thoughts on it, but we will record those thoughts and follow up on them. Thank you.
I'll turn the microphone over to Mr. Seymour, who will then turn it over to Lisa, I think. Or should I just hand it to Lisa? Okay, I got my instructions. Lisa, it's all yours.
Hi, everybody. Barry just asked me to briefly summarize what it is that I think I've heard and captured up here for you. And really, it's around this idea of comprehensive community planning, which is driven by the input of everybody in the community. And a bit of history on the last CCP that was developed, it was very comprehensive or maybe too complex to actually be implemented. And so it's kind of sat on the shelf, which births the characteristics of the plan that we're looking to develop this time, which is a plan that's simple and actionable, that provides just enough focus to figure out how to move forward. And of course, you've been going around giving your input in these 7 different areas. And today really is just the kickoff, the first opportunity that you have to provide input. There are more opportunities coming. And after today, you will receive another invitation to participate in a survey that has some more detailed and specific questions that will be generated from the input that you've provided today. Barry sort of described the place that the nation is in today, which is one really that represents a lot of opportunity, has a growing population, has the highest number of graduates that it has ever had, and those who are receiving education and graduating are such an important resource. Because it represents your capacity to implement these plans going forward. And so the money for education absolutely must be there. As well as there is growing, I hope there's growing recognition in society, and I know it's already here, that the Indian Act needs to go. And it's something that was designed to set you up for failure, and something that you need to be free of. Barry also talked about the need to break the social welfare mentality, and the fact that land titles should be bankable, and to really create systems in the community that work for everybody, despite where their starting place is. And lastly, he talked about the need to end the fragmentation in the community, so that really you can move forward together in the spirit of unity. So great opportunities ahead, and really to be shaped by starting with the input that you're giving here today.
Thank you, Lisa. Joe, that's going to be you to report on after lunch. Okay, so thank you, Lisa. Wow. Excellent response. We actually almost ran out of paper. So I guess you guys have a lot to say. Congratulations to you. Give yourselves a clap. After lunch, it looks like people will have almost everybody's made comments. I just see a couple tables, so we'll shut her down before lunch. We will report back to you after lunch. I've asked each table to provide 5 points because we can't do them all at this time. It's just too many. We will no, we're doing it ourselves. Yeah, we did ask for proposals, and no, we'll do it. And we're going to be totally inclusive. we'll have all the comments. We'll take pictures. We'll include the pictures in the report, and then the next phase, we will create questions related to the comments that are being proposed here, right? And so, you know, part of the exercise is trying to create some priorities that leadership has the opportunity to focus on. You know, you can't do everything all at once. You have to have a systematic approach to doing things. I don't have to explain that sort of thing to you, Vanessa, but that's the approach we're gonna take with it. And the community will be included through this whole process, right? The plan is to have the community consultation done by Christmas, and then after Christmas we'll do the writing, okay? And we'll have as part of the proposal for the funding for this process, the consultation process was, the Land Advisory Committee was going to be the consultation process. I didn't believe that was enough. So the Land Advisory Committee's responsibility will be assisting me in writing the CCP. So that I can go back and forth, and then a draft copy will be provided to the community, and you can have input at that time again. Yes, we're already scheduled to be meeting with them, and we've used them in the past. They've actually, when I was involved with the Housing Society here in Prince George, we, with Clearly Tenay, did a draft plan of one of the parcels of land through the treaty settlement lands. So we've actually got a plan for one of them pieces as an example. You know, the treaty wasn't accepted, but the students needed a project, and I thought that was a good project. So. Long answer, short answer for, I could get very talking about that sort of stuff, but yeah. So we are going to use them, and resources in the community that can assist us. You know, we're not doing this in isolation. We have partners in the community. We have the city of Prince George. We have the regional district. We have, you know, through the spirit of reconciliation, we got a lot of support within what our government is doing. So, you know, we'll take advantage of that and work cohesively, because we're here, we're not going anywhere. People around us are here, and many of them are not going anywhere. So we have to live in a very complementary sort of way. So with that being said, is it 11:30? Lunchtime? Oh, sorry. Thanks.
Barry Seymour, everybody, project lead, comprehensive community plan. Thank you, Barry, to you and your team. Again, as Barry says, once you've had some lunch, we're going to come back here, find the shade, and then we're going to hear from our table leaders about your top ideas, some of the things you said as you wrote them down. Now, just a reminder, of course, we'll have lunch, and then you're coming back here to wrap up your CCP process for today. Then it's prize time, the first of a couple of prize portions of your afternoon agenda. Chief Logan and her team will have some more information about the Enbridge settlement. And then, of course, don't step on my blue suede shoes. You got Elvis coming before the community dinner to wrap it up before we say awetza. See you back here soon. Now, we've been talking all morning about the future of this great nation, and I think I've got an example of where we're going just on one of the many, many tracks. Is Elder Les Baker in the house, please? Elder Les Baker, who never travels without a friend. Oh, Elder Les was with Tabitha at the back table, giving yet another great idea. Elder Les, do you mind coming forward with that four-legged friend of yours, please? Because we've talked about a lot of issues here at Claytley this morning, but we haven't talked enough about entertainment as far as I'm concerned. And so we have one of our revered elders who has a friend, and you know, if we can train up our youth the way we train our four-legged friends, by George, Elder Les, anything's possible, right?
Hopefully.
Okay, well, you've heard a couple of sneak previews through the morning, but I just thought we should have, what's your friend's name, Les?
Mac.
Mac, okay. Well, Mac, are you ready to share with the members some of the great training that you've received? Do you think Mac's ready for it, Les?
Mac, you can speak? You want to? Good boy. You want to sing? Okay, ready? 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. Sing. Sing. Okay, okay.
Mac and Elder Les. Say hi to John, Mac. Thank you, Mac. You couldn't leave here today without hearing from Mac. It scared the life out of me yesterday when I heard the howling. I thought it was an upset member. It just happened to be Mac sharing Mac's vocal talents with the rest of the membership. Thank you, Elder Les. Thank you, Mac. Come, how about a big hand for Mac there? All righty. That's the Claytley warmth that Mac really appreciates. That's why Mac will never miss an AGA as long as Mac can. All right, thank you very much, everybody. We're actually ahead of schedule. Thank you to Barry and the team. Please make your way across the street to the food tents for your lunch this afternoon, and we'll see you back here at 1 o'clock. Thanks very much, everyone. Oh, and live streamers, Claytley members at home. Hey, thanks for hanging in there this Sunday morning. Hope you enjoyed yesterday's broadcast and this morning's broadcast. Again, wish you could have been here at AGA, but at least you got to see part of what you were missing. So have a good rest of your day, Claytley members tuning in this morning. Wetsa, and that's it for this morning. Thank you.